Okay. Yeah. So say thanks for the opportunity. Just wanted to share an exciting recent find with everyone. So if I can move on to the first slide, then please. That's just give you a little idea of what the area in question looks like. It's part of the Rumney Valley Ridgeway Walk. So there's a beautiful ridge that runs right across the edge of the Caerphilly Basin. It's a mixture of mixed woodland with all your predominant trees that you would find, but also some ancient woodland as well. Open fields, damp areas, hedgerows. So there's a really good mix of flora and fauna to be found in the area. And if you move on to the next slide. Thank you. And just to give an idea of some of the species that I've been finding in the last few years, in particular being the magpie incaps in the area, which up until the recent cold snap have been absolutely fantastic. I found close to about 30 specimens of these, which has been really good. And also on the next slide, in the area, I come across this fellow. I found by chance. I was actually walking along the edge of this particular ridge where there's an very old ancient hazel hedgerow. I glanced across and something caught my eye. I thought for a second, oh, it's curtain crest or something like that. So I didn't quite think much more of it, but then you get that instinct in your head, hang on, go and have a closer look. Well, I'm glad I did, because this particular area has just been absolutely amazing for species. So it turned out to be the rare hazel glove fungus. Recently, I found another 7 growing, so I'm up to 23 specimens. So it just goes to show how rich this particular area is. Example is there's 9 different species of orchid we found in the area now, including broadleaf hellebore, tri-blade frog orchid, bird's nest orchid, and also some really special plants such as yellow bird's nest and ploughman's spikenard. The only thing I haven't found up this so far, which I really want to, is herb Paris. But anyway, it's fungi that I'm talking about today. So on the next slide, please. I'm going to fast forward now to September last year. It was a Wednesday afternoon. I remember it well because it's one of the afternoons I have off in work. So I went to just have a little look around, see what it was about fungi-wise. And there's 2 particularly yew trees in this one area that I go to on the ridge. They're very, very, very old trees, must be 500 plus years old. I'd approach them by stealth because I'm hoping to see the tonials that roost in there occasionally. But today, on that particular occasion, I was pleased to see what I thought at first glance was going to be one of the Ganoderma species. I thought artist fungus, the one you see commonly on oak and beech. Didn't think much more of it until later on that evening. I was thinking it was a bit unusual to see this species grown on a yew tree. So I did a quick Google and they said the only 2 species you will find will be sulphur polypore, which chicken of the woods. So I knew it wasn't that, and one called Ganoderma carnosum. So when I Googled that, instantly then a message came up to alert Kew Gardens. So if you go to the next slide, please. So I did that. I got in touch with Kew Gardens. They replied back quite quickly, which was good. They were interested in that about it, but said that I would need to get spore samples to somebody more local. So with that, I got in touch with a chap called Roger Evans in the Gwent Fungus group. He was very interested. I sent him some pictures, including this one. He thought at first glance that it looked like a very good candidate for the rare carnosum, but confirmed that he would also need to see some spore samples. So I did that, collected some spores and sent them off to him. Next slide, please. And yeah, sent the samples off. Didn't hear anything on email for about a week, and every day I was checking the emails, anxious and excited at the same time, waiting for that email to come back to see if it was a yay or nay. When the email did eventually come through, it was confirmed that it was carnosum, which is a very, very rare fungi indeed. A bit of background for Roger Evans. He was a University of London lecturer in microbiology, so was very, very, very well placed to run the spore samples and do all the analysis for me. So I was absolutely thrilled to bits when I did get an email back. And even then, when I opened it, I thought, is this going to be an unfortunate on this occasion sort of email? But I was chuffed to bits then to have the confirmation of carnosum. Next slide, please. It shows a lacquered sort of colour to it. So I was very, very excited to find this. It's about 7 centimetres thick. At the moment, there are 7 particular specimens growing on this one yew tree. And even the Greek name is brightness or polish to a high sheen, and derma, of course, meaning skin, and carnum is the Latin name for fleshy. One of the things about this species that makes it stand out is, the only way I can describe it is the younger specimens look like they're conker coloured. And that's another thing that stands out for it. And that was it. I think next slide, please. And that was it. So yeah, to try and keep it in a 5-minute nutshell for you. Yeah, I was very, very excited to find this. The record has been submitted to the Fungi Record Database of Britain and Ireland, the FRDBI. So they have confirmation of it. They have the confirmation from Roger from the analysis. My name is also alongside it, and extremely pleased to find this. So yeah, Brilliant. It hasn't been recorded in Wales. It's been recorded, I think, in Scotland, but it's been recorded in other countries as well. There's even a record from Mongolia. There's a few from Spain, a few from Cyprus. So yeah, hasn't been recorded in Ireland yet. So if anyone's got any family or anything in Ireland or into fungi, yeah, have a look on it, especially on the old mature yew trees. You never know.
Brilliant. That's great. Thanks, Nev.